So you wrote a book, one of your 4 books, right? You've
Have
had
it here?
them,
Nice.
AI and the octopus organization, right? And I love the metaphor in the book. So you have 9 brains, 8 tentacles, 3 hearts. It really kind of ties things together. But what does it really mean to be an octopus organization?
So an octopus has an anatomy that is very alien to us humans. As you said, it has 9 brains. Two-thirds of the neurons in an octopus are not in its core head. They're out in its arms. Each arm has a brain. And that enables it to sense right in the arm and make decisions in the arm very quickly. And then the arms can all communicate with each other without even involving the central brain. So one arm can be opening up a clam and another is exploring a cave. And meanwhile, the central brain is focused on how do I get away from that shark? So it has this ability to undertake massively parallel action and move super rapidly, taking advantage of things opportunistically. So that's what AI enables organizations to do. We can sense closer to the edge. We can decide and take action much closer to the edge without everything going up to the boss or the boss's boss's boss. And we can de-silo, make the organization capable of this massively parallel action while also ensuring that one arm doesn't get tangled up with the other.
Right. Right. And that happens so often in organizations today.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm wondering, so with the idea of the octopus, what are the patterns that you see or that you've seen with your clients that really led you to this? Because I'm trying to visualize, okay, I've got this organization. We know where the silos are. Sales is totally separate from marketing, and they may not be talking, and then product may not be talking. Give us more visual in terms of, what are the patterns that you see that led you to this, and then what does that actually look like in an organization?
So I've seen time and again how technology moves a lot faster than organizations do. I saw it with the smartphone. People were sort of vaguely interested in what they could do, and then they built an app. But for some businesses, it truly transformed not only the company, but even the industry that they're in. And AI is a more revolutionary technology than the smartphone. So it was going to be very clear that AI has this revolutionary potential. And yet, people have been very focused on optimizing their 17 steps with putting some AI into each of the 17 steps. And maybe we should actually have 4 steps that are all AI enabled, for instance. So we need to really step back and think transformatively. I've been a little frustrated as the AI boom really took hold over, say, 22, 23, with the narrowness of thinking. People would talk very big, but the actions have been very narrow. What that led to is a whole lot of pilots, most of which didn't really do much aside from distract people. And there's been too little of creating the future of the organization or the industry. So that was a big motivation for getting into this book.
And
Yes.
yeah, yes to all of that, right. And it's interesting you talk about the transformation piece, right? That's a lot of what we do. I've spent years implementing Salesforce, been at Salesforce in the belly of the beast, so to speak. And most companies, as they move through this journey, they buy the technology and the technology has to be implemented. I'm already burning dollars on the technology. And they haven't really talked about the why. What problem are we solving? What are we trying to accomplish? And they'll make bold statements like, oh, sales will sell faster. We'll close deals quicker. But how? It feels like that how in this transformation, it feels like history repeating itself with AI, that people are enamored with the technology, not with the transformation.
Well, that's exactly right. And we're so focused on the technology horse race. Look, I mean, the technology is really interesting. And it is neat to talk about what it can do, as well as the different business approaches, say, by Anthropic versus OpenAI. Cool. But when the history of the AI age is written, it's not going to be about who had a better image generator back in 2025, right? It's going to be about how things were fundamentally transformed.